All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All jurors are present? All right, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, jury, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with the presentation of the state's case. Call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Sharon Latner to stand.
All right, some of Ms. Latner's, please. Ms. Latner's, if you once again approach the witness stand, and once you get there, if you turn and be sworn as a witness before you sit down.
You raise your right hand. You swear to affirm the testimony you give today, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do. Have you say this for you? Sharon Latners, SharonLatners.
Good morning, Ms. Latner, and welcome back.
Good morning.
Thank you, Ms. Latner. Now, I'm going to approach you, Ms. Latner, with a number of CAD reports. Your Honor, for the record, I am approaching Ms. Latner with 1 Tango Alpha through Bravo, 1 Yankee Alpha through Bravo, 62 India Alpha through Bravo, 2 Yankee, and 2 Yankee Alpha through Echo, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
Now, Ms. Latner, once you are able to look through those, just look up at me, and we will talk about it. Do you recognize those, Ms. Latner?
I do.
And I'll start with the ones labeled 1 Tango Alpha and Bravo. How do you recognize those 2 documents?
They'll copy Atlanta 911 CAD report incident.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction of CAD reports for that incident date?
Yes.
And then I'm gonna turn to the exhibits marked 1 Yankee Alpha and 1 Yankee Bravo. Should be the 3rd and 6th documents before you. Do those documents, do you recognize them?
I do.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to the 2 exhibits that are 62 India Alpha and Bravo. Do you recognize those documents, Ms. Latner?
Yes.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction of the CAD reports related to that date?
Yes.
And finally, we have a document that's 2 Yankees, and then there should be a CD that's 2 Yankee Alpha. Do you see those, Ms. Latner?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize them?
I do.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction of the incident on that day?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the state tenders in evidence states exhibits 1 Tango Alpha and Bravo, 1 Yankee Alpha and Bravo, 62 India Alpha and Bravo, as well as 2 Yankee and 2 Yankee Alpha at this time.
Let me just do it this way. Any objection or any further objection to states 1 Tango Alpha or Bravo that otherwise has not been noted?
Not otherwise.
Okay, I'll admit it subject to the early rulings of the court. What about 1 Yankee Alpha, 62 India Alpha, or 62 India Bravo?
I have the same answer.
All right, then the court will admit those over objection subject to the court's earlier ruling.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'm going to, in regards to 2 Yankee Alpha, this is a disc, but it also contains, so for the record, I'm also kindering 2 Yankee subsection Alpha through Echo. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and Echo.
Any further, any objection, I should say, to states 2 Yankee Alpha through Echo?
I have the same objections.
Okay, all right. The prior objections have been noted. The court will admit it over the over objection. It may be published as you see fit, subject to the court's earlier rulings.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Ladders, I know that's not a document. Let's start with the 1 Tango Alpha. Can you tell the jury what happened, or what is 1 Tango Alpha? What is that?
It's an incident from January 6, 2015.
And how did that incident come about?
Your Honor.
If you objections,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Objection, basis.
Confrontation clause, hearsay.
Let me take a look at the question. I'm over the objection.
Ms. Ladders, you may answer, and you may have forgotten the question. What is the nature of that call?
Unit 1111 pulled out on this call.
And what kind of call did they pull out?
Fight in progress.
What is the code for a fight in progress?
29.
And Your Honor, the state's also going to publish State's Exhibit 1 Tango Alpha. And Ms. Ladders, when you say that unit pulled out, what do you mean by that?
He advised his dispatch to hold him out at that location. Was a fight in progress.
And this was on January 6, 2015?
Yes.
Now, what was the location that the officer pulled out to?
2517 Donnelly Harwell Parkway, Northwest Atlanta.
And Ms. Ladders, what zone and beat is that 2517 Donnelly Harwell?
Zone 1, 109's beat.
And what time, well, let me ask you this, Ms. Ladders. Is this a 911 call or officer-generated CAD?
Officer generated CAD.
And what was the unit number of the officer who pulled out?
Unit 1111.
Do you know who that is, Ms. Ladders?
No, I don't.
Now, what time did this officer self-initiate this call?
02/28/42 a.m. hours.
And is the dispatch time the same time as he started the call on CAD report?
Yes.
Is that because it's self-initiated?
Yes.
And Ms. Ladders, what time did that officer clear that call?
03:55:22 a.m. hours.
And Ms. Ladders, for this type of call for a 29 fight in progress, what type of priority does that call have within APD?
Prior to 3 calls, 20 minutes response time.
Ms. Ladders, I'm going to turn to 1 Tango Bravo. Now, Ms. Ladders, is 1 Tango Bravo, is this the same date?
Yes.
And I'm going to publish 1 Tango Bravo. What was the call type and description for this call, Ms. Ladders?
2969, which is the domestic fight and weapon involved.
And what is the location for this CAD?
2517 Donnelly Harwell Parkway, Northwest.
And is that the same location as the CAD report we just discussed?
Yes.
What time was, and let me ask you this before I ask that, was this a officer generated or 911 call?
911 call.
What time was the 911 call made?
02/29/15 a.m. hours.
When were officers dispatched after that 911 call?
Dispatched at 02/31/57 a.m. hours.
And what time does that indicate that that call was cleared?
03/52/44 a.m. hours.
Now, Ms. Ladders, if you turn back to 1 Tango Alpha that we just discussed, how close in time is this incident cleared in relation to the one we just discussed when we started?
What time it cleared?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, one cleared at 03:52, one cleared at 03:55, 3 minutes apart.
And Ms. Ladders, if you look at these CAD reports, do they reference one another, as in related calls, or do they not?
Yes, they do.
And can you explain how CAD reports, how it comes to be that they're related, or how is that, what determines if something is related?
But they have the same address. So the dispatch automatically knows that they coincide together, they related to each other. So to keep a record of the incident, she just relayed 0299 to 0294 and 0294 to 0299, so they can have a record of it.
And Ms. Ladders, do you know, is it that location, 2517 Beverly Hollowell, is that a residence, a business, do you know?
I don't know.
And where do they reference one another in CAD reports?
When you come down, it says police. In the middle of the CAD, it says police, then it has 15006-0294. That's police 15006-0299.
Now, Ms. Ladders, I'm going to turn to State's Exhibit 1 Yankee Alpha. What is the date for 1 Yankee Alpha, Ms. Ladders?
January 8th, 2015.
What was the call type and description for that case?
It was 25 shots fired.
What type of priority does a shot fired have within APD?
On here it shows prior to three, with 20 minutes response.
What is the location for the shot fire call?
988 Confederate Court, Southeast Atlanta.
Ms. Ladders, do you know what type, if it's a residence or business at 988 Confederate Court?
I don't know.
And was this call, Ms. Ladders, was it a 911 call or self-initiated?
Self-initiated.
What was the time that this call was self-initiated?
0038:30 a.m. hours, which is 12:38 a.m. hours.
And what time was this call cleared, Ms. Ladders?
It shows 02/25:33 a.m. hours.
And Ms. Ladders, what is a 20-minute response time? What does that mean?
It means that the dispatcher have 20 minutes to get the dispatch, to give that call out to a unit. But since this was self-initiated, the system put the priority times on itself.
Thank you, Ms. Ladders. What determines that in terms of how the priority is set?
It was set by APD head commanders, so they prioritize each call by call type.
Thank you, Ms. Ladders. Now, do you see the two CAD reports that start with 62 India?
Yes,
I'm going to start with 62 India Alpha. You see that one, Ms. Ladders?
yes.
What is the date on that incident?
January 8th, 2015.
What is the call type and description?
Shot fired. 25, sorry.
No, you're fine, Ms. Ladders. What was the location for the shot fired?
675 Metropolitan Park, Southwest Atlanta.
Was this a 911 call or was this officer generated?
911 call.
What time did this 911 call come in?
23:13:02 p.m. hours, which is 11:13:02 p.m. hours.
What time were officers dispatched or arrived in response to that call?
23:14:36 p.m. hours.
Now, was this incident, does it have any related cases that are connected with it?
Yes, it's related to CAD 150083130.
What were the unit numbers of the officers who responded to 675 Metropolitan Parkway?
Unit 1307.
Now, Ms. Ladders, turning to 62 India Bravo, is that the county court that was related to what we just discussed?
Yes,
Is it the same date?
yes.
What was the location for that county court?
1064 Metropolitan Parkway, Southwest Atlanta.
What was the call type for, what came in, or what type of call did they respond to?
It was a self-initiated call, reckless driver, which is a 72.
What zone and beat was that?
Zone 3, 302B.
Now, what time was that call cleared?
It was cleared at 01:10:50 a.m. hours.
And what was the priority response time for the 72?
20 minutes.
Is that the same response time for the cat report we just discussed for the shots fired?
No,
What was that response time?
10 minutes.
Now, Ms. Ladders, I'm going to turn to what's labeled as State's Exhibit 1 Yankee Bravo. What was the date and time that this call or this cat report pertains to?
January the 9th, 2015.
What was the call type that generated this cat?
25 shots fired.
What was the location for this cat report?
Spring Street, Northwest at Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard, Northwest Atlanta.
Now, Ms. Ladders, what was the zone and beat for that location?
Zone 5's 508 beat.
What time was the call received?
Call came in at 10:58:37 p.m. hours.
How quickly did officers get dispatched?
They got dispatched at 23:04:27 p.m. hours.
And what time was the call cleared?
Cleared at 23:13:20 p.m. hours.
What was the priority response for this call?
10 minutes.
Now, Ms. Ladders, I'm going to turn your attention to what's labeled as 2 Yankees, this cat report. Can you describe for the jury what was the day of this cat report?
January 10th, 2015.
What is the call type and description?
Call type up says 48 person dead, but the call came in as a 50 person shot.
Now, can you explain to the jury, when you said, can you elaborate on that? What did the call come in as?
Call came in as a 50 person shot, but once they finished investigating the call, the officer changed the signal to a person dead, 48.
What was the priority response on this call?
A priority to 2.
And would the priority would it be set by the person shot, the 50, or would it be set by the 48 person dead?
Person shot.
Now, Ms. Ladders, what was the address and location for this?
330 McDaniel Street, Southwest Atlanta.
What is the APD zone and beat?
Zone 5, 507's beat.
Now, Ms. Ladders, when you look at units that responded, how many units responded to this call? And if you have to ballpark, that's all right.
I'm gonna say up to 15 units or more.
And was this generated from a 911 call or self-initiated by an officer?
911 call.
what time did the 911 call was placed?
Call came in at 07:22:20 p.m. hours.
What time were officers dispatched?
I'm sorry, correct myself. Call came in at 19:22.
Is that 7:22 p.m.?
It's 22:20 p.m.
And
Officer dispatched at 7:22:54 p.m. hours.
when does it state that officers arrived?
They arrived at 7:25:13 p.m. hours.
Now, after arriving at 7:25, what time was the call cleared?
It would clear up the next day at 12:20 a.m. hours.
Now, Ms. Ladders, when we had, the only thing up there that's with you, do you see that CD disc that's not a CAD report?
Yes.
Does that pertain to this CAD report that we just discussed?
Yes.
And what is contained on what's marked as 2 Yankee Alpha through Echo?
5 911 calls.
Your Honor, at this time, the state is going to play what's marked as 2 Yankee Alpha.
All right.
Atlanta 911 for the 604.
Yes, that's police over here on the north side of McDaniel.
North side of McDaniel. Why did you see
Yeah. At Harold living the barber shop. Somebody done got shot.
Call for the ambulance, don't hang up. When mama says do not hang up. Don't hang up, sir, okay?
Who's that? Oh, no. He shot?
Yeah. 785, what's the address of the emergency?
God damn.
Hello, Brady EMS.
Oh, no.
Brady, call advised, Northside Drive in McDaniel, person shot, male shot, outside of the barber shop. Okay, alrighty, go ahead and start firing PDM 785. Thank you. Hello?
Lock the door. I mean, 911, man. I got we gone. No, I'm not the first one over that key, bro. Now, I can get out of here. Let's go. We're gonna get down, man. He not. Yeah, we just smacked it. Let him in, get it. And here I'm over here. You don't lock the door, man? You don't lock the door?
Hello, sir?
No, ain't nobody coming in here. Get the fuck out from out there, man. Y'all niggas sit your ass down, you gonna be in here now. Come here, man. Right here. Right there in front of the door. Hello. We turn back to the street.
Ms. Ladner, how long was this 911 call you just listened to?
I don't know.
If you look on the exhibit that's published to your left, you see it's 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Does that sound right?
Leading.
I sustain the objection, Mr. Leedy. You can rephrase, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Ladner, looking at the published exhibit, do you know how long this 911 call is that we just listened to?
Or improper refresh.
Overruled, sir.
You may answer, Ms. Ladner.
I see 519.
And what was the time that elapsed between when the first 911 call was made and officers arrived to the scene of this 48 person shot?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Ms. Ladner, if you look at what's marked as 2 Yankee, what time can you look at and tell the jury how much time elapsed between when the 911 call was made and when officers first arrived?
I'm gonna say no more than 15 seconds.
So officers, between when the 911 call was made and when that 911 call was complete, had arrived on scene?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state at this time, thank you, Ms. Ladner, the state is going to publish what's marked as 2 Yankee Bravo.
All right, sir.
Atlanta 911, I put 6478. That's just to give records.
What address is it? Police don't tell me the address. 330, I need your ambulance 330 McDaniel Street.
Hold on one moment. Don't hang up. Hold on.
McDaniel Street.
Hold on. Don't hang up. Grady MS, what's the address of your emergency, please? Grady? He might have hung up, Grady, but he gave 330 McDaniel Street, but I think it's the same call that we just got in at Northside and McDaniel for a person shot. It might be the same thing, but he gave 330 McDaniel Street. Limited person shot, yes. Yeah. That what you have? Yes, ma'am. I got 330 McDaniel Street, Southwest Hair Unlimited, person shot outside. Barbershop? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what they were calling in regards to. Okay, yeah. They just hung up. Operator's taking it. Okay. Thank you. I'm 6478.
The state is publishing what is marked as 2 Yankee Charlie.
We called.
Ellen 911 for 6284. What's the address? So
Yeah, we got a man that got shot down here on McDaniel.
Okay. Hold on for EMS. Do not hang up. Great EMS. What's the address?
Yeah, we got a man that just got shot down here at 330 McDaniel Street.
Okay, we actually already have this. Are you with the patient now?
No, I'm at the barber shop. I work in the barber shop, but he's down by the other barber shop.
Okay, can you see how old he is or anything?
He in his 20s.
Okay. Is he awake?
He's blackmail.
No, is he awake? Is he conscious?
I don't know. They just saying call the ambulance. He's down the street from where I'm at.
Okay, do you know where he was shot?
No, I'm in the barber shop.
Okay, I understand you're in the barbershop. Okay. We're en route to him, okay?
Okay,
Publishing what's marked as, or what's admitted as 2 Yankee Delta.
Atlanta 911, operator 3323.
Hi, it was just a drive-by on McDaniel Street right from the barbershop. Someone's down. I think he's been shot. A whole bunch of people
Okay,
around here.
yes,
And
sir. McDaniel and where? Give me an address to either intersection street.
359 McDaniel Street. It's a green barbershop right across the street from me. And he's laying right in front of the barbershop.
And you see Green Barbershop? Oh, there.
Yeah, a green barbershop. 369 McDaniel Street.
We have it, sir. Did you see the person?
Okay, thank you. No, it was a car that just took off real fast.
Okay, did you get a description of that car?
I didn't.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Now, Ms. Ladders, I'm approaching you, Ms. Ladders, with 2 Yankee Foxtrot 1 through 7. Now, Ms. Ladders, I'm gonna flip through these, so I'm showing you what's first been marked as 2 Yankee Foxtrot 1.
Have you shown those to councils?
Your Honor, I can. They have
All right, once you
smaller
show-
copies of
once
these.
you make sure you show those to them.
Yes, Your Honor. If any council wants to see, they are identical to what's been provided. There's no change.
All right, sir.
Do they have the changes?
Oh, yes, there is, correct. Yes, so there's.
Well, why don't
Did I see the
you-
final
just-
version?
Just show them.
Yes.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Knight, are you working on publishing that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Latters, there's a wooden pointer that's right over your right shoulder. Now, Ms. Latters, starting with, can you explain to the jury what is depicted starting with the, on this demonstrative January 6th?
You want me to do what now?
Can you, so I will, I'll help you, Slatters, with this one. So, starting here is, what was the date and time of this incident report that we discussed?
January 6, 2015.
And does this correspond with 1 Tango Alpha that we discussed?
Yes.
What is the last 3 of the APD case number?
294.
And what was the location and call time?
Objection has been answered.
Overruled.
What was the location, Ms. Lattner, for this January 6th incident?
2517 Donnelly Hardware Parkway, Northwest.
And what was the call type and description?
Objection has been answered.
I'll sustain the objection.
Ms. Lattner?
The sitting is 29. Description is fight in progress.
Ms. Lattner, after we discussed 1 Tango Alpha, you recall talking about 1 Tango Bravo?
Yes.
Is where this pointer, which is the second demonstrative with gray for the record, is this what we had discussed in 1 Tango Bravo?
Yes.
What was the last 3 of this APD case number?
094. No, I'm sorry. 0. Last 3 is
Yes,
2.
ma'am.
299.
And is this the same location as the first call that started at 2:28 a.m.?
Yes.
Objection has been answered.
I sustain the objection.
Now, Ms. Lattner's turning to this third icon that's depicted in blue and it's January 8th at 12:38 a.m. Do you see that, Ms. Lattner?
Yes.
What is the last 3 for this January 8th, 12:38 a.m. call?
094.
And was that a shots fired call?
Correct.
And does that correspond with what we had discussed as 1 Yankee Alpha?
Yes.
Objection has been answered.
I'll rule that objection, sir.
Now, Ms. Lattner's turning to the 4th icon, which is gray, and it's January 8th, 11:13 p.m. Do you see this, Ms. Lattner?
Yes.
Now, what is the last 3 of this APB case number?
128.
And does this correspond with what we talked about in 62 India Alpha?
Yes.
And was this a shots fired call?
Yes.
Objection has been answered.
I'll rule the objection, sir.
Now, Ms. Lattner's turning to the 5th icon, which is January 8th, 2 minutes later at 11:15 p.m. Do you see that, Ms. Lattner?
Yes.
Is this the same, or what is the last 3 of this APD case number?
130.
And was this correspond with what we talked about as 62 India Bravo?
Yes.
And do you recall we're discussing, is this the one that pertained to came in as a 72 reckless driving?
Objection has been answered.
Overruled, sir.
Unit pulled out as a 72.
Now, Ms. Lattner's turning to the 6th icon, which is January 9th, 10:58 p.m. with a gray background. Do you see that?
Yes.
What is the last 3 of this APD case number?
290.
And what is the location and call type for this January 9th, 10:58?
Objection has been answered.
Overruled, sir.
Shots fired, Spring Street at Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard.
And it looks like, Ms. Lattner, would you agree with me? It looks like there's a scrivener's error above January 9th. That is the same as what's depicted as January 6th.
Yes.
But on the January 9th, 10:58 p.m. incident, that is what we talked about as 1 Yankee Bravo. What was the location and call type for that?
Objection has been answered.
Overruled, sir.
Shot fired, Spring Street and Ivan Allen.
And Ms. Lattner's finally with what's depicted in red as January 10th at 7:22 p.m. Do you see that, Ms. Lattner?
Yes.
What was the location and call type for this?
Location is 330 McDaniel Street Southwest. Came in as a person shot.
And what is the last 3 of the APD case number?
106.
Do these incidents we just talked about on this demonstrative 2 Yankee Foxtrot 7, is that encompass the January 6th through 10th incidents we discussed?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Ladders. Your Honor, I'm going to publish what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2 Yankee Echo.
All right, sir.
Yeah, you're right.
Cases.
This has already been played one time, Your Honor. It's cumulative to play this again.
No, I don't.
This hasn't been played?
No, this is the last thing. The last thing. All right, I'm gonna overrule the objection.
What was that, Mr. Steele?
Can you take that down, Mr. Atkins? Because the folks out here can't see it.
Your Honor, resuming publishing State's Exhibit 2 Yankee Echo.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the address of the emergency?
They coming, right? I got you. You got him there. Come on. Come on, baby. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Keep looking at me. Keep looking at me. Look at me. Stay there. You right. You right. Go. You right. You right. You see, nigga. Keep fighting. Do it, G. Keep fighting, dog. Fight, nigga. Fight. What the fuck? Hey. They called him, fam. Fight. They say they around, man. Fight, bro. Fight, bro. Come on. You right. 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 You got something to live for. Bro, you all right, bro? You got something to live for. Hey, what? You got a want to live. You got a want to live. You got a want to live. Stay with me, all right? Okay? You with me? You all right? Where you hit it? Where you hit it? Where you hit it? Huh? Sit there. Sit there. You hear me? Fight. 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 You here now. You here now. Fight. Yeah. Fight. Fight, bro. You all right, bro? Fight, baby. You okay, bro? Come on. Okay, bro. Your brother right here with you, bro. You okay, bro? I don't know how. Bro, you okay, bro? 49, 30. You okay, bro? Got a man over here, too. We right here for the captain there. I'm all right, bro. I'm all right, bro. Come on. Come on. This is God with you. God is with you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Over here. Over here. All right, bro. Yeah, over here. You all right? Come on. You all right? Come on and fight. You okay, bro? Come on, fight. You okay, bro? Come on, over here. Bro, you okay, bro? Over here, bro. Over here. There you go. Bro, you okay? There you go. Fight that. Come on, fight. 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 Okay, fight. Huh? God is able. You still there? God is able. God is able. God is able, Black. God is able. Okay? You hear me? Huh? Stay with it. Do you hear me? Please, somebody, please. Huh? We'll get a minute no first aid. We're losing. Do you hear me? Nobody got no first aid or nothing. We're losing. Come on, man. Where you hit it? Where you hit it? I don't know, man. Where you hit it? No, it's not. Get some towel. Get some towel. Where do you hit? That's what we're trying to find out. They had to be in the land in the back there or something. Where'd you get hit at? Listen to me. What is this? Hey, keep breathing. Keep breathing. You understand? Keep taking breath. Hey, Where you hit? Where you hit at? Huh? Where you hit? Where you hit at? Where you hit? That's what I'm trying to find out. Fight, bro. Fight, bro. Get murdered, bro. Fight, man. Please, bro. Whatever it is. Where you hit? Baby, where you hit? Oh, man, please. Who shot me? Where you at? What's that word? No. Only clip him on his back. I'm not going to close. Yeah. All right, man. I love you, dog. I love you, bro. Fight, bro. Good. Where's the other two people shot? Are they worse than it? Where you hit it? I ain't seen that one brother hit it. Everybody step back. What's your hands? Hey, man. I need the arm. Hey, go one right there. Excuse me. Upper body. You want to get I'm a break here. APD. Right now. You get the long farm board out the back of the truck.
Thank you, Ms. Ladner. Nothing further from the state.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin cross-examination, I want to take a comfort break, maybe about 10 minutes. Okay, all right.
All rise for the jury.
All right, we're going to be recessed 10 minutes. All rise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our jury's left us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're in recess.
3B, and then 204. And then there's one subset, 204A.
204 A and B?
No, just A, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So let me see if I,
What it matches is.
it's Jeffrey Williams 202 Alpha through Delta, Jeffrey Williams 203 Alpha and Bravo, and Jeffrey Williams 204 Alpha.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what the court said. Yes. So it's 202.
So there's a 202, a 203, and a 204, and then the numerics
That's
that
right. Yes, that's
that
true.
are sought to be admitted. All right.
May I approach?
Okay. All right.
Slatners, may I approach you?
If I have a choice. You fine, sir.
I'm going to show you and put a sticker on it. I'm going to show you what I marked, what I just announced. On a thumb drive, and it's Mr. Williams, exhibit number 202, and then the subparts A through D, then 203, AB, and then 204A. Have you had an opportunity to review that thumb drive, or the contents of the thumb drive, I should say?
Yes, sir.
And does that contents of the thumb drive, do you recognize what it is?
Yes.
And does it accurately depict the radio traffic from July, that's wrong, September 11th, 2013?
Yes.
And is it, to your knowledge, any changes, modifications, alterations to that radio traffic?
No.
Your Honor, I will move for the admission of Mr. Williams, exhibit number 202, and then the subsets that we announced, A, B, C, D, 203, subset A, B, and then 204, which is a subset A. So it's like the court reporter said, you have all three, 202, 203, 204, and then those subsets.
State any objection to Jeffrey Williams 202 or 202 Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta?
No, Your Honor.
All right, what about Jeffrey Williams 203 Alpha and Bravo?
No, Your Honor.
And Jeffrey Williams 204 Alpha, 204 and 204 Alpha?
No, Your Honor.
All right, they're admitted and may be published as you see fit.
And Ms. Lattin, is just a question because you came and discussed part of that radio traffic previously in your testimony. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
But I just wanted to put in the entire radio traffic. Is that now the entire radio traffic as far as that incident?
Objection, Your Honor, just to the commentary.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection.
Is that is that the radio traffic in its entirety?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't have any other questions.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Ms.
you,
Lattin,
sir.
Thank you.
All right, any further defense examination?
Latners, good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Latners, you are the custodian of 911 calls and CAD records for this county, is that correct?
City of Atlanta.
City of Atlanta, correct? And you've testified in various counties and jurisdictions where City of Atlanta has brought themselves over into perhaps DeKalb County, correct?
Correct.
All right. So as the custodian for the City of Atlanta, obviously, we have listened to some 911 calls, correct?
Correct.
All right. You certainly were not present at any of these locations, correct?
Correct.
You don't know the circumstances involving any of these 911 calls that we've heard, correct?
Correct.
You don't know any stories from one side or the other in terms of how any of these events occurred, correct?
Correct.
You have basically given us a rundown of these calls, correct?
Correct.
In the calls that we heard today, you did not hear any calls in these particular ones that have been played before you this morning of any YSL. You did not hear that word or that phrase in any of those calls, correct?
Correct.
We did not hear any particular person that's sitting in this courtroom. We did not hear their name on any of those calls that we've heard that were played this morning, correct?
Correct.
Objection, Your Honor. That's not the question.
I'll sustain the objection.
But you did hear the calls yourself, correct?
Correct.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, sir, thank you. Any further examiners, defense examiners? Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right. May Ms. Latners be permanently and temporarily excused as a witness.
Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Latners, we'll see you when we see you, okay? We'll give you enough time to rejoin us when that time becomes necessary. Enjoy your weekend, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you may. Gonna call. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have good news and I have kind of bad news for you. Okay, which one do you want to hear first? Okay, you're gonna have to come in on Monday. All right, that's the bad news. All right, the good news is we're finished for today. All right. Okay, so we're going to here. I'm going to tell you. And let me fill in the rest of this. Paul Harvey says the rest of the story. Okay. Yes. Originally, we were going to be off all next week. My other business that I thought I was going to be taking up I'm not taking up on Monday. So we're gonna reclaim a little time and go ahead and have a full day of work on Monday. That's now the rest of the week is still. The rest of the week, you're going to get the Tuesday through Friday, through the Memorial Day Monday will be off, okay? That just happened. I just found out about today, so I shared that with council as well. So we're going to come in on Monday, and that's the only day we're going to work next week. The rest of the week will be administrative weeks. I apologize for the change in schedule, but things just happen. So because I can't conduct my other business, we're going to go ahead and just continue on. All right. So, and today, given that the length of the witness, I told you we're going to be leaving today at around noon anyways, it will far and eclipse what we're able to take care of today. So that's why we're going to stop now. It makes no sense for us to start and not finish with our witness. So I've inquired and that's the plan at this point in time. Okay. So, does that answer your questions? Okay, all right. I apologize. You can blame me, give me the the stink eye for Monday, but we'll just work accordingly and see if we can take some more testimony on Monday. Okay, so Monday will be a work day. And what time you need to report? I didn't say nothing. You were saying nothing. Okay, hold on. Let me just check. Council, I should say, jurors, if you could report for 9 o'clock, we'll get started by about 9:30 or thereabouts. Okay. So let's just report for 9. We'll start at 9:30. All right, for Monday. All right. Do you have any other ministerial inquiry of me, ladies and gentlemen?
Did you get an anticipated resolve date for that evil 5 little words?
I'm sorry for what?
That 5 little words you don't like to hear about?
I apologize. One more time.
Money.
Oh. No, I don't have any. Okay, so I can inquire of a couple of folks, Miss Amana, and I'll inquire about Miss Von Kelsch to see. But Mr. Randolph, who you met earlier, is a person that submits that time, so we go through him. So we'll do an audit. If there's something that you have not been paid, let Violetta know, and then we can follow up from there. Okay. All right. All right. Anything else?
No.
Did you have a question? Yes, ma'am.
But not a question. We left the sign-in sheet for this week as well as next week. I don't start at evening sign-in.
Okay, we'll reach out to him. Okay. Well,
So we don't know who we turn. I guess
I'm sorry. Okay, it's been taken care of. Okay, all right. Yeah, I understand that we're keeping up with your days, so your remuneration can be as accurate as possible. All right. Anybody else have any other inquiry of me? Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up then, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, leave your notepads in the baskets in the back. As you leave today, please do not discuss anything that you've heard about this case amongst each other in ones and twos, or when you go home with your significant others, or any other times that you are in the presence of each other or the presence of third parties. It would be a violation for you to discuss this case or to have anything discuss this case in your presence and hearing. Remember, I told you that if anybody should try and reach out to you in any form or fashion, by any mode or modality, that your responsibility and duty would be to let Sergeant Ingram and myself know immediately. Also, don't go to any third-party websites, or any other sources to get any or glean any other information about this trial. Remember, you can only consider what's been presented within the four walls of this courtroom. That also pertains to anything that you may have learned about any of the scenes maybe that have been depicted or you've learned about through testimony. It would be impermissible for you to, over the weekend, to go and visit any of those scenes or to do any things that the court mentioned to you earlier during the selection process, take pictures or anything such as that. That would be a violation of the court's admonition. So remember, you can only consider what's within presented in the four walls of this courtroom. Also, as you're sitting back there or you're leaving, it would be improper for you to recap or otherwise handicap the testimony. So you can't, as you're sitting back there, say, hey, we'll go ahead and get started. What do you think about such and such? What do you think about this testimony? And give your opinions or otherwise discuss anything that has been presented thus far. Remember, you can only do that when we get to the point in these proceedings that is authorized, and then I will give you instructions on how you to begin that particular process. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the last thing is customarily is please, and we say this, I say this and on behalf of everybody, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience that you've given us, and thank you for the patience that you'll continue to give us. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you on Monday at 9 o'clock for anticipated 9:30 start time, okay? All right, all rise. Ready? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our jury has left us. Okay, please be seated. Ms. Hilton, you wish to correct an exhibit? That's been brought to my attention?
I did, but I had to do it in front of the jury. But I'll do it now, and then we can do it in front of the jury on Monday. Stacy Exhibit 135 Echo Charlie is now
You all right?
Stacy Exhibit 135 Echo Charlie.
Which is?
Which were the excerpted phone records of phone number 1990.
Okay.
Will be changed to Stacy Exhibit 135 Echo Delta. And that's it, Your Honor.
Is that because there's two exhibits that are,
135 Echo Charlie.
and that was the one is the Sprint and one is the Cricket, correct?
135 Echo Charlie may be the.
What was it? I need to know what it was.
Yes.
And what it's going to.
So 135 Echo Charlie was the excerpt that we printed out regarding the phone number 1990.
Okay.
And now there were duplicate 135 Echo Charlie. All of this pertains to the phone record ending in 1990.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and just, you can, we'll make that correction. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other ministerial inquiry with me, councils? Let's cover who's going to be called on Monday.
Judge, we're going to call the witnesses that we're going to call today, which include Officer Corey Clinton Hayes,
What's his name? I'm sorry again.
Hayes, Hayes.
Officer Hayes.
Yes.
H-A-Y-S.
H-A-Y. Oh, no E. Okay. All right. Okay.
We will also be calling Lieutenant Volley, Volley.
First name Anthony, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if the court would permit us to apprise the court of the remaining witnesses, as we had not anticipated calling witnesses on Monday, we just want to line those up, and we can let the court know by 2 o'clock at the latest. But I think we'll be able to know as soon as we get back to the street
All right.
exactly who the other ones will be. But we'll have a full day on Monday, so we need to fill up that day.
All right. Have you otherwise turned over or notified your colleagues across the bar as to what exhibits that you are planning on introducing? Any video, audio?
For the ones that for the first two witnesses that we were going to do today, we had. For the ones that we will now call on Monday, we will. We have not because, okay, wait a minute, Ms. Hilton is correcting me. She's gonna stand up.
Your Honor, last week we sent a first set of exhibits that we planned on using the week after next. And so we'll just need, so they should have, ideally those witnesses will be who we'll start with on Monday. So they should have that, at least that first additional set of exhibits. And when I say set of exhibits, the pool that we're going to pull from, which are the exhibits. And then we'll be supplementing that, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Could you either just resend that or we get so many emails, so could you just identify when that was sent so I know which exhibits you're talking about?
Yes, it was sent last Friday, probably around 5:00 p.m. By me, and it was a Dropbox link, and the password was in the link.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else, councils? All right, then we'll see you all Monday morning at 9 o'clock, and we'll have a regular work day, and appreciate y'all's patience and flexibility with the schedule. So we'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, okay? All right, we're in recess. Okay.